Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 3. We will explain about the proposition and sample of educational research. For the first speaker is Juliana. To Juliana, 10 is yours.
All right, thanks to moderator. I'm Juliana. I will explain the first material about population and sample. Next slide, please. The first one is about definition of population. Population is a generalization area consisting of objects or subjects that have certain quantities and characteristics determined on conclusion. To be honest, 2016. Furthermore, the population is the whole of the variable concerning the problem under study, Nursalam 2011. Population is the whole object of research, to total 2016. It can be concluded an example of population is the population of students majoring in elementary teacher education, Universitas Negeri Padang. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next is about definition as well as the characteristic possessed by a population. Furthermore, the sample is part of representative of the population to be studied. Arifito 2019 as the
I'm sorry, maybe Jelly in a bad connection. I will explain about definition of sample. The sample is a part of the whole as well as the characteristic possessed by a population according to Sugiono 2016. And the next is the sample is part of representative of the population to be studied. And this is according to Adikunto 2019. And the last is the sample is part of the population that can be reached and has the same characteristic as the population from which the sample is taken. According to Sujana and Ibrahim 2008. So it can be concluded that the sample is part of representative of the entire population studied. Sample is the researcher only takes sample data from 50 students elementary teachers education in Universitas Negeri Padang to examine the learning motivation of elementary teacher education students. There are the kind of population. Based on determination of data source, the population can be divided into two types according to Bungin 2005. For the first is limited population. This is the population that has a clear quantitative data source boundaries. For example, is the number of high school students in Surabaya in 2004 was And the next is infinite population. It is a population that has data source that cannot be defined quantitatively. Therefore, the population area is infinite and can only be explained qualitatively. For example, the number of homeless people in Indonesia. This means that the number of homeless people in Indonesia must be counted from year to year and each city. It is not only the calculation of the number of homeless people that exist today, but also the interpretation of the number of homeless people in the future. Uh, Besides, there are two kinds of population according to Sukma Dinata 2009. The first is target population. The target population is a population that with reasonable reasons has similar characteristics with the measured population. And the second is measured population or accessible population. The measured population is the population that is actually used as the basis of determining the sample and is directly the scope of the target validity of the calculation. The example you can see on the screen. According to Gono 2010, the population can be divided into two types. For the first is theoretical population, which is a number of population whose limits are set quantitatively. And the second is available population or accessible population, which is a number of population that can be stated quantitatively unequivocally. And the last is available population. Population problems for a study must be distinguished into the following characteristic. For the first is homogeneous population is a population whose elements have the same properties. And the second is heterogeneous population, namely a population whose elements have varying properties or conditions, so necessary to set boundaries. Okay, the next material about qualitative research sampling will be explained by me. Data of qualitative research. In qualitative research, there are two types of data according to Samsu 2017. For the first is primary data. Primary data is data that is directly and immediately obtained from the data by researchers for the specific purpose of research. And the second is secondary data. That is data has been collected and reported by people outside the researcher himself, even though it is actually the original data. The sampling technique in the qualitative research, there are two techniques. According to Suryana, there are technique in the qualitative research. The first is purposive techniques. According to Saleh 2017, purposive sampling is a sample withdrawal technique based on the characteristics set against the target population elements tailored to the purpose of problem of the study. And the next is the snowball technique. According to Saleh 2017, snowball sampling is one of the sampling techniques that first small in number then become large. It's like a snowball that rolls along into a big one. In qualitative research data processing techniques, according to Samsu 2017, the techniques that used in the qualitative data processing, there are 5 techniques. For the first is a flow curve analysis technique, and the second is data technique, the descriptive analysis, and the fourth content analysis, and the last is semiotic analysis. Okay, the next material will be explained by Nila. To Nila, time is yours.
Okay, thank you to moderator. I will explain about quantitative research sampling. The next slide, please. The next slide, please.